All I'm trying to do is tell you exactly what your eyes can see. If there's anything that you and I are looking at that you cannot see and I can see it, inquire of me. If there's something that you and I are looking at and I can't see and you see, please inform me about it. The one thing that I can't necessarily comprehend is when people spill vitriol at me because I'm doing exactly that. But I actually, in my opinion, I'm in a position where I've experienced it before. Having experienced this, there is one thing that I know that actually does work, and that is to not shut up about what you believe to be the truth. Put your data on the line and back it up relentlessly. I don't think the folk who are doing this and talking about this stuff really understand how important truth is. Maybe they don't, because as I've seen and as we've actually gone ahead to analyze, many of them have been engaged in falsehoods and lies. So them not knowing or understanding how truth works, or maybe the need for truth, is actually their biggest, in my opinion anyways, and this is an opinion, it's their biggest flaw in terms of their intellectual arguments. Because their intellectual arguments are not stemming from the truth, as they don't seemingly value it. I say all this because as I was actually going ahead and actually pointing all this stuff out, I had somebody actually come on and they hurled an insult my way. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Now, I know these things are coming. I don't bother inserting my feelings into this kind of a thing. I go because this person doesn't know me. I don't know them. They're behind a keyboard. I'm behind a keyboard and a microphone. And one of the things that they said was, I wonder if VG actually plays games with those 6 videos he makes every day. And I usually can say there seems to be a subtext that these people are trying to, throw some or cast some kind of shade upon me as a person so as to maybe in a sense derail the conversation or make people discredit me because he doesn't play video games. And whenever they do this, I have one simple task for them, which is, based on your own competitive game, you and I need to actually do a skill check. I almost always ask. The moment they ask me that question, VG, do you actually even play games? I simply say, shall we create a forum and an invite where we check whether I actually can play games? But I would like for you to actually be the, assessor of that. I just want you to, know. But what I've noticed is they almost always run away. They start giving excuses. I only play single player games. Or, well, I don't want to get in the way of you editing your videos. I'm literally reading these messages from this user. I don't want to put their name on here. I'm not interested in doing that. I don't want to put their, user account or whatever it is here. Right? Or I don't play fighting games, And this person said, but glad there was a time where you did enjoy the hobby before you decided to become a full-time corporate shill. Keep pumping out those 5 videos a day, dude. And I told him, I said, don't run. I said, dude, if you run, I'll tell everybody. I'll show you the tweet, but I'm going to mask their name. Here it is. I said, don't run. Choose a game. Let's do a skill check. No need for smack talk. A skill check will answer your question. I said, if you run, I'll tell everyone. Come on, man. Any game. You got this. And you might even beat me. You know what I mean? This is your opportunity to expose VG. Let's go. But I don't usually get a positive response. And I'm sad. This is the one thing that deeply saddens me. Like everything else, I can sort of deal with, but this one really does sadden me. It almost makes me want to. Look at this one. He said this. This person said this. They said, you can just live stream. You don't need to challenge some stranger. Okay. But then why did you actually challenge in the first place whether or not I play video games? What is this contradiction that you want to live out? So the reason they do this, and every time, I see it happen a lot of times. Now, again, I just happen to be somebody who enjoys fighting games. Well, a few actually, but the concepts in most games still actually do work. They kind of fall in line, right? And they're fun. They're fun to play. It's a childhood thing for me. I've always enjoyed them. I think this is something that we need to go ahead and say. This has nothing to do with the entire conversation, right? It's a distraction technique. But once I have an opportunity to ensure that their distractions are put in full display and I can easily check them and try to test and see, are these people actually serious about what it is that they're inquiring of? I realize that they're actually not. They said, I don't care about playing with you whatsoever. Find someone else if you're that desperate. I'm not. I matchmake all the time. I put my clips on here. Besides, I don't want to stand in your way of editing videos on Twitter. I said, no. I'll make time for you. I don't edit these videos much. You can talk. You can't just talk a big game and run. You're not allowed to do that. You better start learning a fighting game. In fact, I'll gift you a key to your favorite fighting game or whichever one you choose. PlayStation 5, right? I'll even renew my PS Plus. And I'll dust off the old PS5. We have to make this happen. I don't care whether or not this person can beat me, or you can give the controller to your brother or to somebody who you feel is probably going to be better at the game. Shoot, you can go talk to one of your guys that's good at fighting games and let him just pretend to be you, for crying out loud. Let him create as a Heidi account, a secondary account, and let's just say it was you. Come on, man. I mean, I need somebody that's just going to test this thing out. But you all keep running. This is not how we gamers used to settle it back in the day. It was all fun. Where has the fun in gaming gone? This used to be the fun stuff that we did as kids, right? As youngins. Now I understand we're grown, but if you're going to actually bring that towards the gamer, you ought to be at least ready to, show up. Can't run away and start giving all these excuses on my behalf. Look at what you're doing. You're like, oh, I don't want to get in your way. No. I'm like, no, it's good. I don't want to get in. I'm like, no. You're giving excuses on my behalf. Like, why? So you will then challenge me and then tell me not to worry because of these constraints that you are putting on top of me? My goodness. You see, what I've shown you, ladies and gentlemen, is a core problem with the people that you all are in conversation and debates about gaming with. They don't care about truth or reality or what the evidence is. They're not concerned about that. They only want to slander you. And this is why you must never take it personally, because once you can filter their motives, you can check, affirm, or in many cases, go ahead and lay out exactly what they're trying to do. That's all this is. Imagine trying to actually get the truth out of folk like these when it comes to gaming. Imagine having to try to get accurate information when folk like these will just try to dance around the reality. Imagine that. That's exactly what it is that's holding the progression of gaming back. People just wondering and bickering and fighting and all that stuff. Silly. But I still have that challenge open. And I really would like for you, I've hidden your identity, well, your Twitter identity, to actually take up this challenge that you've actually put forth. And I really know that, maybe with time, perhaps I'll be happy to give as much time so you can learn a fighting game. You can learn it in secret that I don't even know and then pop up and say, all right, we're ready to go. I'm like, sure, let's get in there. I want y'all to do the skill check so that your curiosity is satisfied. Is that fair? I think it is. I think it's more than fair. It's super gracious. Or you leave me alone and you focus on the truth, and you and I don't have to actually cross each other's path. We just go our own way. But I still like to actually play, a competitive game with you and do a skill check. It's all fun. It's all fun. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.